Oh, and we also did the train one, didn't we? What was it? Not Agatha Christie. It was didn't we do that one?
Well, we did an Agatha Christie one where it was the missing will.
Oh, the missing
but
will.
that was
Yes,
not
yes.
that was
I mean,
not
that
on
wasn't
a
on the
train.
train.
No,
Yeah. It had a train whistle in it, though, right?
I believe there was a train whistle.
There was a train whistle in it. Yeah.
Welcome to another episode of the Table of Content, where we talk about all things We Are One Body Audio Theater. I am your host, Albert Sine. So glad to be with you in this new year of 2026. So start by wishing all of you a very happy new year. I hope it's off to a good start. Today, joining us here on this episode is Tom Marinchak, the manager, producer for We Are One Body Audio Theater. Tom, thank you so much for taking some time to be with us here on the show.
Thank you, Albert. Thank you for having me.
How's your year going?
It's going good. It's going good. We got lots and lots of stuff to do for this 2026, and it started, I think, well.
Well, that's what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about 2026. We finished up 2025 with our big production of A Christmas Carol, and now we want to hit 2026 even stronger.
Yes.
And we ended with some good momentum, and we want to let that momentum continue to grow.
Oh yeah.
And I know that we've been talking for a while about what's the next thing here in audio theater. So just to sort of have a easy, open conversation.
Sure.
What's kind of what's the overall theme for 2026 from your perspective?
Stories, and more stories.
So I get the sense that you want to do a lot of stories.
Yes, lots and lots of stories.
Now, in kind of where the past audio theater has come, it's been a large variety. Yes, a lot of stories,
Sure.
A lot of sort of solo reads. We've done poetry. We've done some different things. We got into 2025 and we started to do what we were calling our live in-studio productions, bringing a whole cast together, Foley, crew, and doing the whole thing at once. And that seemed to have started to sort of work very well. And now we're going to 26. I think we want to continue to do that, but your emphasis really is on stories now. Why stories?
Well, it doesn't take anything away from whatever else we were doing. I
Sure.
mean, we actually last Sunday we hit 200 poems. So we've actually done 200 poems. But we are getting away from poems and everything else. We just want to focus our attention on stories. As you know, we always ask our volunteers what would they like to see more of. We've done music in the past. We've done ambience. We've done a variety of different things. And the majority of what I'm hearing from the volunteers and from our listeners as well is stories. They like stories. And since we've been doing the live studio production stories, they kind of like that over just somebody reading a story, not taken away from those. But since our volunteers and our listeners would like to see more in live studio productions, that's what I want to give them. So more of those.
I like that we pay attention to the volunteers here. And you said it very well. The volunteers have sort of made some requests. They've expressed what it is that they want to do, and we're trying to give the volunteers what they want. And that's always been kind of, I think, why we exist, is to sort of serve the volunteers, basically.
Yeah.
And we're going to do that this year through stories.
Mm-hmm.
So 2026, the year of stories. And I'm not trying to sort of spill the beans here too much, but what kind of stories can we sort of be expecting?
Sure.
I know that we have some that we've had ready, sort of at the starting line, waiting to release. Like the greyhounds all behind their doors, waiting to chase the rabbit.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a lot of space to still create and write more stories.
Yes.
So I'm curious, between those two areas, the stories we haven't written, the stories that are waiting to go, what can we hope to hear this year?
A mystery story, and definitely a mystery story. More serious story.
What do you mean, like by serious?
Well, like Our Friend in Death. Okay,
Okay.
so Our Friend in Death, a lot of people really enjoyed those, and actually, one of our actors would like to hear more of those and be part of that. So once again, I want to give our volunteers and our listeners what they want. So, and I'm going to still do the kids' stories, the Bible stories.
Hmm.
But yes, I will do something like Snow White and Cinderella, uh, but once again, I want it to be our own, I would like to be more creative, not just using public domain stories. We'll adapt them, kind of like what we did with Snow White. We kind
Sure.
of like we just changed it. We used it, but we changed it.
Right. Right.
We made it our own. Not like what they did, what Disney actually did. I
Right.
think ours is a lot better.
Yeah. I would
So
venture
I
to
will
say
not
yes.
do anything that extraordinary. So I will stay focused on, giving good, solid stories with meaning.
So we've got mysteries, we've got serious, we've got kid, we've got Bible, we've got maybe some classic tales retold in our own
Yes,
way.
yes, yes.
What else might we expect?
Well, I'm going to go back to the mystery one. I'm really excited for that one. Actually, I think I'm trying to think who actually asked for it. Was it Keith Bodela?
Uh, yes, I believe it may have been him.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I know we've had that before. I mean, we have done a Sherlock Holmes, and we have also done, was it G.K. Chesterton's Blue Cross,
The Blue Cross, right?
right? But I would like to do actually one that, is new, So we are getting a new writer, and with, I believe in his abilities. But I would like to have one story that is not once again a public domain story, a new mystery story. Oh, and we also did the train one, didn't we? What was it? Not Agatha Christie. It was didn't we do that one?
Well, we did an Agatha Christie one where it was the missing will,
Oh, the missing
but
will. Yes,
that
yes.
was not
That
on a
wasn't on the
train.
train.
No,
Yeah, yeah. It had a train whistle in it though, right?
I believe there was a train
There
whistle.
was a train whistle in it. Yeah, 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 yeah. But yeah, yeah. So something new, and exciting. So I would like our listeners to know that yeah, we have something new. We don't have something, We'll continue to do the public domain ones because people will ask for it. But like I said, I would like to really do just new. And if anybody has any ideas, please send us your ideas. Don't be afraid to, give us a thought or, hey, what about this story? I always had this story in mind. Please, send us an email. Don't be afraid. We
Right,
like to listen to our listeners.
right, right, exactly. Um, so we've got sort of a nice collection of genres there. Now, what about the productions themselves? As I said, we started these sort of live in studio productions. What's the next level? Where are we taking these productions in 26?
Well, one, trying to produce them faster. Okay. Giving more and more, content to our websites and YouTube. Um, but I'm always the one that will like to try to push what we can do, differently. I like the old style, old time radio feel of it behind a mic with the Foley effects, But after seeing the Christmas Carol and David Suremit, once again, just moving around, having fun with it, I want to try to pull the mics away and have our actors act. It doesn't mean that we won't use mics. We will use mics because you need to use mics, But I'm also trying to put an ambience feel for it as well, So we are going to try our first production in 2026 with just ambience in the background and the mics being pulled. The narrator will be on a mic, but the other actors will not be on a mic. They'll be reading off of the monitor and acting. And once again, we have our binaural mic, which we haven't used for a while, boy, I think 2019, whenever we did our 0 hour
Mm-hmm.
productions. Remember
Right,
those with the
right,
barking cat, imaginary twin,
right,
so we're
right.
going to dust off Stanley,
I'm
and we're
sure
going to
he'll be happy to come out of to come out into
the
the
little,
world again
yeah,
and
oh yeah.
start putting some use into his ears.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. So yeah, so we're gonna do different things, different and I hope our listeners like it. I mean, please, and once again, like I said, please email us. Well, I didn't care for that, Tom. Let's try something different, right? Please go ahead. I do listen to our listeners and our actors.
Now, what about in studio versus out of studio? Is there a chance that we're gonna see some productions outside of the studio this year?
Yes, I am hoping to at least get one. Well, two live productions. I'm hoping. We do have a couple. 4th of July. We have a 4th of July event here in Latrobe, which is pretty big. So we might tag onto that. Might not. It just all depends. We also have a Banana Split Festival, so we might tag on to that in some venue somewhere. We might do a live production. We have done a live production in one of our local nursing homes, and that went well.
Mm-hmm.
And that was a Uncle Wiggily production. So I would like to do more of those. I know they work. Is just once again coming up with venues. I would like to have two outside. But I would also, and I know you and I have talked about this, is when we did going back to the 0 hour production, we did a recording at a school in
Right.
Greensburg, Aquinas Academy, I think that's what it was.
Mm-hmm.
And they were gracious enough to let us to be able to use their facility, and we recorded the imaginary twin in their school while it was off hours.
Right. Right. Right.
But I would like to do that as well, and still recording it live. Once again, not recording it and then going to post or editing it, putting sound effects to it. I would still like to have it all in one. So we'll see what happens with that. I'm not sure how that's going to go. We do have to experiment before we, to see if it's even possible. But I do have that on the back burner for this year.
Okay. Very good. Now, we talk a lot about the volunteers because that's what audio theater exists for.
Yeah.
We exist for the volunteers. Without the volunteers, there's no productions, right? There's no sort of forward momentum. And we saw a good level of involvement from our volunteers in 2025.
Mm.
Now we're getting to 26, and we're putting sort of the statement out that we want to do more productions. We want to do more than we did in 25, and that requires volunteers. That requires people. How do you see trying to increase some of the involvement to get more volunteers to grow the group of people that participate?
Well, we'll do auditions, like we've talked before. I know when we did the Christmas Carol audition, we've got a lot new people coming in, so, but if we do go out in the public, hopefully once the public sees that,
Sure.
what we can do and what we do, they'll be like, oh, I want to be a part of that,
Right.
because whenever it was COVID time and we did the Zoom productions, a lot of people just love the live Foley effects that we did, and that's the reason why we kind of the listeners said they wanted more, so we gave them more, So, yeah, I mean, I think just people finding us, seeing what we do, and I know they'll want to be a part of us. That's what happened to the volunteers that we have now.
Right.
They were like, I didn't even hear about you, but now I do. I want to be a part of you. Part of this. This is a great production. This is a great, theater group.
That before we wrap up, I think I want to touch on that so that people who see this episode can hear what you have to say about it. You said, to make this a good theater group.
Mm.
And I don't think that, people know that we are a theater group. We're a theater house we just don't operate in the traditional sense, right? We don't have a playhouse. We don't
Right.
have a traditional stage,
Right.
with lots of stadium seating and all the big lights. We operate a little differently, but we are a theater group.
Oh yeah.
Uh, You know, how do you say to someone, audio theater
Hmm.
is an actual sort of acting theater group? Like how do you want people to sort of see us compared to the traditional theater?
I mean, both ways has people like the stage theater, right? Um, I like going to theaters. I love, and I really appreciate for all those actors out there who are dedicated to that type of theater,
Right.
because that's a lot of time and commitment, and they're not being paid, and they're all volunteers, and they don't get a stipend, they don't get paid, some do, but not all of them, and here we don't pay our volunteers as well, and they don't get a stipend as well, here. So in that case, I'm not gonna have them memorize anything, it's up on the monitors for them,
Right.
and even if we go out into the into the field, when we went to the nursing home, we had the monitors there for them. They won't have to memorize,
Mhm.
and like I said, for the rehearsals, yeah, that's rare. That's very rare. Rehearsals is the same day that you come in to record. We do 2 rehearsals in the beginning and then record maybe 1 or 2 times. But like I said, 2 hours. That's it. Just 2 hours. And sometimes it may be only be 1 hours. We've had those
Mhm.
before.
Right.
Uh, I think they feel comfortable. And once again, we make it light as possible for them. We try to have a good time here, um, and we try to give everybody a chance, whoever, once again, you have older actors that, once again, they might not get that part anymore, or they might have you know, um, a kid show, they might not get that star part. Here we do try to give them. We try. We do our best with that, Um, yeah, so I hope with all of that, more and more people will be, hey, I want to be a part of this.
Right. And it is important to note. You kept saying actors, and that's important because it would be easy to say, oh, well, you just have people standing behind a microphone and reading a screen. They're not acting. But the people who come here are acting. We have a director, we have a crew, we have this whole, it is a production. It is a theatrical
Yeah.
production.
Yeah.
So and I want to emphasize that, so anyone who hears says, well, like, I mean, I want to act, but I'm not getting a chance to act there. It's like, no, you get a chance to act. Go watch our last Christmas
Oh
Carol,
yeah.
and you
Yeah.
will see some people that are acting. They do have to work on their performance, how they say it, certain way they say it, potentially a voice if they have to use a certain voice. This is acting.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that you kept saying actors, not
Yeah.
just saying, oh, well, the people that read, the people that come in, the actors who we have.
Yeah.
And you come in, you are an actor or actress in that production.
Yeah. No, no, absolutely. And I don't we try to give everybody a chance. So not everybody is an actor,
Right.
but they read well,
Right.
So, and I know that that we, encourage people to please, yeah, you may not be an actor, please come in and read.
Right.
You know what I mean? Uh, the actors that we do have, they're great. They're fantastic. They'll help you. If you ask them, all you
Mhm.
have to do is ask them. We've had a couple other veteran actors trying to help younger actors here, and that's great to see. Because like once I see that, it's like, hey, we're a family. We're a family. Um, and yeah, so I think we try to give everybody a chance. I think that's a good thing, and you're absolutely right. Our actors. eh, you just saying that, are actors who just come in and try to read. they don't just read, they act. You know, I don't think that you can take that away from an actor. Even if they're just reading, they're still acting, you know. And even some of those who read who don't think that they consider themselves actors, they still act. You know, it's just, you know, if you read well, you always want to use your hands. Even just using your hands is acting. You know,
Right.
You just bring different things to the mic.
So all that 2026, lots of stories, more productions, more volunteers, and hopefully taking it out onto the road.
Yeah.
Is there anything else here before we close up you want to say, like 2026 is going to be
Big. Yeah, big. The main thing is I do want to hear from our listeners. Please, let us know down in the comments what you want us to do, what you like, what you don't like. You know, please don't be trolls. Okay? I will have to like ban you from our comments, you know, if you are going to be a troll. But once again, please, we do listen to our actors and our listeners. If there's a story that you would like us to adapt, a story that you have on your mind or you want us to produce, please give it to us. Not saying that we will do it, okay? We are a Christian family, you know, theater group, so we do have to watch what we put out there. But please, give us those comments. We want to hear from you. And I listen to you. Albert listens to you, you know. So let us know what you want us to produce.
excellent? Well, Tom, thank you so much for taking the time to sort of open up the new year, to let all of our audience and potentially anyone new know what's coming so that they can be at the ready. Thank you for your time.
You're welcome, Albert, and thank you for having me.
You're very, very welcome here on this show. Ladies and gentlemen, you've heard it. You know what's coming in 2026, the year of stories, the year of plenty. It's going to be a lot, and we want you to be involved. So if you are interested, and we hope you are, please reach out to us through email, through our social media channels, and drop us a line. You're welcome to come in and just audition. You know, we can hear your voice. We can see, or maybe you might fit. We'll be putting out auditions as they come out throughout the year, audition calls, casting calls. Keep an eye out for all of that. And minimally, if it's just not your cup of tea, we just hope that you will continue to be a fan as we continue to produce more and more of this excellent content for you to listen to and enjoy. So be ready. It's going to be a long year, but a full year, and a really great year for us here at Audio Theater. As always, thank you for tuning in to the Table of Content, where we continue to discuss all things audio theater, and we will continue to do this into 2026 and beyond. Until the next episode, be good, stay safe. Peace.
Okay.